G'day Success Council members. So this video is all about your questions. So what I'm going to get you to do is below this video on the YouTube page, I want you to go ahead and type in your questions, your strategy questions. If you have billing questions, password questions, any of those kinds of issues, save them for the email in the description. Go ahead, send them there. We'll get those taken care of straight away. If you have strategy questions, questions about altcoins, questions about gold, silver, questions about anything, doesn't matter. Anything about strategy, economics, systems, referrals, any of that stuff, here is the place to do it. I am a little bit scared. By the way, I just had so Jeff Bowick just blasted a good chunk of his list. I don't think all of it, a good chunk of his list, and we just kind of got inundated this last week, got a whole bunch of new members. So I'm doing this to try and get you guys up and running and moving quickly. I've had to ask Jeff back off for a little bit. I needed a chance to take a breather over the weekend, and then I think he wants to hit it even more because the feedback you guys are giving him is excellent. And by the way, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm going to try and get as many questions answered as I can. I will, at some point, I will do every single question asked. I will answer it. So that's immediately below this video in the comment section on the YouTube page. Go ahead and ask your questions, and I will work through them as best I can. I may be able to do it all in one video. It may take a couple of videos, but your question will get answered, I promise. Let me answer a couple of questions which I know you're going to ask. So that'll just kind of hopefully cut out a whole bunch of questions. I have a bunch of people asking about Monero. I think Jeff must have recommended that recently. And I have a bunch of people asking about altcoins in general. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with this chart here to analyze altcoins. And this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. Let me go here and I'll explain what Bitcoin dominance is. The market cap of any particular coin is the price of the coin multiplied by how many coins are in circulation. Similar to the stock market, the market cap of Apple is the number of shares in circulation multiplied by the price of each share. Market cap of a coin is the price times the number of shares in circulation, number of coins in circulation. The Bitcoin dominance is this figure, Bitcoin's market cap divided by the sum total of all of the coin's market cap. And that figure is here, 373 billion. So Bitcoin's market cap is, go away, 200 billion divided by 373 billion. You get a Bitcoin dominance of 58.7%. And let me jump in here. If you guys have this chart, so you can go into here and you can see here is the Bitcoin dominance. And I'll talk about, so it'll tell you the Bitcoin is the orange, going all the way back to 2013. There's Ethereum, XRP, and it tells you all the different ones, okay? I'm going to just note this point where Ethereum got really close to Bitcoin. I'll talk about that in a second. But I'm going to use this chart. It's just a more advanced chart of the same thing. And I'll teach you a little bit of history about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin forever, Bitcoin dominance up here at 98%. It's the tits. It comes out here, and then here you see obviously there's a big decrease in Bitcoin's dominance. So what happened here, February 2017? So here, for several years during this period, there was a problem which people knew was coming. Basically the problem was Bitcoin's capacity was going to get hit. Like the rate of growth was getting to the point where the technology couldn't handle it. And when it didn't handle it, what happened was the cost of Bitcoin transactions went up significantly. So we'll get to that in just a second. But during this period, there's a couple of years here anticipating this problem, and two main political factions really step forward. Two ideas are presented, and it kind of splits the community in two. Some people want this, some people want this, and they're kind of warring over this for 2 years. They war over it for so long that they end up having nothing accomplished by the time the problem actually hits, and the Bitcoin fees go crazy, and a Bitcoin transaction goes from being free to sometimes like $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10. So imagine sending, like the Bitcoin's promise is I can send $1 and it costs me nothing. Well, now I can send $1 and it costs me 10. So not very useful. Bitcoin's dominance plummet. At the same time, the ICO revolution of 2017 happens, and there's new coins launching every other day, having these huge ICOs and just money pouring into them. And so Bitcoin dominance plummets. Way down here, Ethereum's going absolutely ballistic as well, because all these ICOs are happening on the Ethereum blockchain. In many cases, you needed to have Ethereum to buy the ICO. And so what they were talking about is a fun thing happened down here called the flippening. Everyone was predicting the flippening. And the flippening was when Ethereum's dominance went over the top of Bitcoin's dominance. But you'll see it got quite close within 15-20%, and then Ethereum kind of went away. Bitcoin took off again. Bitcoin's dominance came up here. Okay, that's a little bit of history for you. I hope you found that fun. Now, people are asking me altcoins, when should it be in altcoins? Well, clearly for the last 2 years, Bitcoin's trend has been in the positive this way. And so it's best to have been in Bitcoin the last couple of years, which is exactly what I predicted and told people in 2018, 2019. Bitcoin is the place to be. Now, I have also predicted that in 2021, altcoins are going to do very, very well. And at some point, there's going to be a trend reversal. Now, that trend reversal looks to have already happened to some extent. You can see we have a high, a lower high, and a lower high again on this Bitcoin dominance. And we don't know if this is quite the bottom. Maybe this line looks like here. Maybe it looks like I'm anticipating, maybe it might look like here. But I wouldn't be surprised. At some point, I think Bitcoin's dominance is going to kiss, go back up, and retest this line. I think that's probably going to take a few weeks or months to play out. I think at that point is going to be when I'm going to say, okay, guys, a really good time to go ahead and get inside of altcoins now and be outside of Bitcoin. That is my prediction. I think we're going to get set up here for a really big Bitcoin rally here soon. And as that happens, Bitcoin dominance will go back up. But then I think it'll be time to jump into altcoins. So I hope that, guys, gives you a bit of perspective on my position on altcoins. I'm probably going to spend the next couple of months doing a deep dive on a whole bunch of altcoins. 2 types of altcoins that are particularly interesting for me: DeFi and anonymous coins, the coins where they're really designed to protect the user's anonymity. They're going to be the 2 types that I'm very, very interested in. Now, specifically, I think Jeff has been promoting Monero lately. I haven't taken a close look at Monero lately. It is a privacy coin, so it is in my field of vision, something I want to get to. I actually had dinner with the founders of Monero many years ago. They were living in Texas. I think they've moved to Switzerland shortly after that and have been there ever since. I haven't seen them for many years. But I haven't really looked at Monero lately. I need to go and do that. It'll take me a couple of months before I start recommending altcoins, but just so you know, that's my position on altcoins and Monero. Don't ask me on any other altcoins, please. I'm not looking at them yet. I'm just not. I'm just busy with other stuff. I can't get to it. My strategy is the next time the Bitcoin dominance hits this line, I'm going to go ahead and start looking at alts very, very closely then. So guys, hope that's helpful. Is there any other questions that I get a lot of? I'll talk about precious metals just quickly. Is there any charts here that I want to reference? No, no, never mind. So the one, what I do get asked a lot is if, Max, you predicted like Bitcoin $500,000 if there's a bail-in. What's going to happen to gold and silver if there's a bail-in? The answer is I think they'll go ballistic as well. It's a lot harder for me to give a price target on those ones. I just spend a lot more time in the world of Bitcoin and understand it a lot better. But gold and silver is a very, very good place to be. I have plenty of precious metals. I'm a big advocate of them. Total gold bug, total silver bug, total Bitcoin bug. And so it's going to be a great place to be if there's a bail-in. Absolutely amazing place to be. So I think Bitcoin's a little more risky. Cryptocurrencies are a little more risky. I also think there's a higher reward. Gold and silver is just an excellent, a ridiculous return I think is in your near future for near zero risk in the world of Bitcoin. In my opinion, only do your own research. So guys, go ahead, put your questions, any other questions that you have on strategy, implementation, markets, you name it, below this video. Go ahead, put them in there. I will respond to them in video, post a YouTube video, and send it to you guys. And I will try and get through all of the questions eventually. I hope I can do it all in one sitting. We'll see how many questions come through, and we'll do the very best that we can. So take care, and I'll see you in a few days with the answers to your questions.